So this is an expansion of sine compound. So when you expand sine of a plus b, you get sine of a multiplied by cos of b plus cos of a multiplied by sine of b. So you were having an addition sign between a and b, and it stays the same. So we say when you expand the sine compound, the sign stays the same. It also stays the same when you have a minus sign. So sine of a minus b should give you sine of a multiplied by cos of b minus, you see, the sign didn't change, cos of a multiplied by sine of b. And there is always a pattern. So the pattern goes sine, cos, cos, sine for the trig ratios, and then for your angles you have a, b, a, b. Sine, cos, cos, sine, a, b, a, b. Sine gets to have a, and sine also gets to have b. Cos gets to have b, and also again cos gets to have a. What about the cos compound? Now this is where things get a little bit different from sine compound. So for cos compound, the sign that you had between your angles changes. So negative changes into positive and positive changes into negative. So an expansion of cos of a plus b will give you cos of a multiplied by cos of b minus, because it was a plus, sine of a multiplied by sine of b. Cos of a minus b will give you cos of a multiplied by cos of b plus, it was a minus, now it is a plus, sine of a multiplied by sine of b. So there's also a pattern for the cos compound. The pattern goes cos, cos, sine, sine, cos, cos, sine, sine for the trig ratios. And then for the angles, you have a, b, a, b, a, b, a, b. The sign changes. So let's do some problems on compound angles. So here we are given cos of 80 degrees multiplied by cos of 10 degrees minus sine of 80 degrees multiplied by sine of 10 degrees. We are asked to calculate this, or to simplify it without using a calculator. Well, of course I'm going to use a calculator to check my answer. So I'm going to put the whole thing into my calculator and see what I get. So you have cos of 80 close multiplied by cos of 10 degrees minus sine of 80 multiplied by sine of 10. The answer is 0. The answer is should be 0. So we are going to use either sine compound or cosine compound to solve this. Now we need to check the pattern of our trig ratios. We have cos, cos, sine, sine. So this is similar to the pattern that we see on the cos compound. We have cos, cos, sine, sine. What about the angles? We have 80, 10, 80, 10. So this is similar to A, B, A, B. So clearly this is an expansion of a cos compound. So we need to shrink it to its original compound form. So we have cos of, what is our A? Our A is 80. And what is the sign? The sign should change, right? So this was a negative, it is supposed to be a positive. What is our B? Our B is 10. Now this is not simple enough. We need to leave it in its simplest form. So we will having cos of, there's a plus sign between two angles and they are identical. So you just add them up and you get 90. Now you're not supposed to leave it like this, because 90 is regarded as a special angle. So you are allowed to put this into your calculator or to memorize what cos of 90 equates to. Well, I know it is equal to 0, but I'll just use a calculator to confirm. So the answer is 0. So I know that I got this right because I know how to check my answer. So yeah, Thank you for watching.